Let's say you've got an idea for a movie. Now, in order for that idea to actually become a movie, it has to go through two major stages. First, you have to turn the idea into a screenplay. And then second, we have to turn the screenplay into a film. Now, the writer manages that first stage, but it's the producer who manages the second stage. So, as the writer, you need to make sure you're writing screenplays producers can actually use. Otherwise, you just end up writing for your bookshelf. Now, my name is Jeff Ballo, and as an independent producer based in Sydney, Australia, I spent over 10 years searching for screenplays to produce. In that time, my production company received over 15,000 submissions from across Australia and around the world. And what I discovered was that 99% of them were literally unusable. And not just by me, but by any production company. We're talking about thousands of writers spending months or years working on screenplays producers can't even use. And producers around the world digging through mountains of submissions and coming up empty-handed. That's a lot of people spending a lot of time getting nowhere. So to try to solve this problem, we decided to bridge the gap. What if there was a clear path from the idea in your head all the way through the entire process? A complete and comprehensive step-by-step system for turning any idea into a compelling, original screenplay producers could actually use, and then get that screenplay into the producer's hands. Not just another screenwriting course, but a screenplay development system where each step builds organically into the next. Because here's the thing, it doesn't matter if you're writing a big Hollywood blockbuster or an Australian indie or a European art house film, or even a micro-budget movie you're going to shoot in your own backyard. To go from idea to the screenplay, the process is always the same. I'll prove it to you. You've got an idea for a movie, so what do we do now? How do we go from idea to the page? Well, let's walk through it. First, you have to explore your ideas and focus them into a story, such as with an outline. Then you have to apply that story to the page by writing a first draft. Then you have to strengthen that story by rewriting to fix any holes and make sure it's effective. And then finally, you have to tweak the words on the page to engage the reader and pull them through your story so that when someone picks up your screenplay, they see your idea as a movie experience. Well, guess what? It doesn't matter where you are or what you want to write or what level you're at. Every writer must go through these 4 phases. That's how we get from idea to the screenplay. The only problem is that that doesn't actually guarantee a screenplay producers could really use, because screenwriting isn't just about the writing. You also have to connect with that producer who's going to turn your screenplay into a film. And the only way that's going to happen is if you're aligned with them. If your idea, your screenplay, is something they want to make and something they can make. So before you even start this process, you need to understand what producers actually need in a screenplay and why they need these things so that you're set up to create screenplays any producer could actually use. And then once you're finished with the process, you need to be able to use notes and feedback to reshape your script if necessary to align with the exact needs of any specific producer, because that's when you'll have a production-ready screenplay producers can actually use. But ultimately, even that is destined for your bookshelf unless you complete the process and connect with the producer who's perfect for your project by capturing their attention, drawing them in, and making the deal. Because that's the payoff of the writer's stage of this complete process. You know, ultimately, there's no one right way to tell a story. There's no single formula that's going to work for every idea and every situation. Each writer and every project are intrinsically unique. But if you think about it, the process is always the same. And that's why, to bridge that gap between writer and producer, we turned the process into a system, and we called it Fast Screenplay. What we did basically was reverse engineer the complete screenwriting process from the producer's perspective so that each step guides you directly to the sale. We took everything you need to know, every skill you need to master, and every action you need to take, and we carefully mapped it out into a clear path. All in all, it's pretty simple. Every day, you simply log onto the website from anywhere in the world and get the next step. As you complete each step, you make your way through the process, through every phase, every movement, and every detail. If you want, you can interact with other writers from around the world, or do your own thing in your own space, in your own time. It's entirely up to you. Because you know what? As long as movies are made, producers will need fresh, original screenplays. And right now, technology is opening up unprecedented opportunities for writers and filmmakers around the world. But the one thing technology can't do is write. It can't put your idea on the page. Only you can do that. Take action daily. Do one step at a time and keep moving forward through the complete process.